What are you laughing at, man? Guys, so unprofessional. You see this?
I just saw a video of a guy eating wings, bruv, and he just had fucking steam coming out of his nose.
Like a dragon, innit?
Like a dragon. And then he had chicken on his chain.
No. You might need to send me this video. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't sent it to you still.
Like, that is hilarious, bro. But back with another ep. I Can't Lie podcast. Make sure you comment, you like,
favorite,
subscribe, all of that, man, all of that, and let us know if there's any topics you want us to talk about. If there's any dilemmas, we'll keep things strictly anonymous. So let us know. We'll be starting that.
Yeah, I'd love a good dilemma. Yeah,
we'll be starting that over the next couple of episodes, anyways. And I think we just got we've got some good things coming up, man. Yeah, without saying too much, we've got some good things coming up. Some good guests, good collabs.
Goodness me,
collabs. But I was driving today,
shocking behavior,
making my way downtown.
I can't do this again, man.
Get on with it, mate. I got a would you rather, man, and this one's a tough one. Like this one, I really don't know what one I would pick, but would you lot rather every time you went to the toilet, you either shit out an aubergine or you piss out a golf ball? It's a tough one.
That is.
It's a tough one.
What made you think?
By the way, it's not tough.
Wait,
I don't
tough.
want anything like that coming out of my.
Please.
It's tough.
What made you think of that?
What sick mind, man?
Because it's experiences.
What you've experienced that?
Whoa.
Elaborate.
Only with the shitting one, bro.
You've had a big shit like that.
The reason why I don't think it would be as
I'd go for the
straightforward, because you see with the aubergine, people watching. Look, let's be honest. We're all adults. Let's have a honest conversation. Yeah, there's times where you've been constipated, and there's times where I've been constipated where it feels like an aubergine's coming out, and it comes to the point where you're pushing and there's no movement, and it gets to the point where you become lightheaded. You start thinking, is this how women feel when they're giving birth? And
you start thinking of dumb things.
That don't make
sense.
Yeah, like is this how it feels, bruv? Yeah. And then the second thing, bro, like you go through so many emotions, bro. Because at first you're hopeful, you're angry, you're pushing.
You're hopeful.
Get me? And it comes to the part where, bro, you're thinking, yeah.
I've never seen a shit described as hopeful.
Hopeful. Yeah, you're hopeful that it's gonna come out, bro. Because it's tough, it hurts, bro. And then it gets to a point where you just give up, bro. You think, I'm going to be on this toilet seat the rest of my life. That's it. I'm done. There's no more to this, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, for me, that kind of pain there is one of my, like, aside from, I put that joint top with vomiting. I hate vomiting. It's like one of my worst things.
But see, the thing is, though, yeah.
But a golf ball's
I don't even like talking about this kind of stuff.
This is
horrific, man. Yeah, I don't even like talking about this stuff, but that part is supposed to like expand to a certain extent in it, yeah. But the other part where the golf ball's coming up, that's not meant to get bigger than it is, bro. That hole, bro, do you know what I'm trying to say?
An aubergine.
Yeah, but bro, it's like at least
guys, I feel lightheaded right now, man. God damn, bro.
Making me feel mad, bro. I'm not doing the golf ball. That's what I know.
Yeah,
I'm not doing the golf ball.
It's so easy.
No matter how bad you try to make it, yeah. No matter how bad you try to make it sound, Subz, I'm not doing the golf ball.
It's not happening.
I'll tell you like something now, bro. An aubergine is fucking huge, bro.
Yes, but golf ball.
You're not going for the golf ball either.
Grand scheme of your.
I'm not going for the golf ball. I'm not saying I am.
There you go.
But I'm just saying to you lot, think about what I'm saying, bro. Like the aubergine. It's not as clear cut. Oh yeah, I'm going for the aubergine. I guarantee you now. It is, bro. I guarantee you now. You lot will be in tears, bro. Grown men.
Listen. I'll be in tears, yeah, because of an aubergine, but I'll be dead if it's a golf ball.
You know what I'm trying to say?
The golf ball, bro. Come on, bro.
These man, I'm telling you lot.
Listen, these man, like
these man.
He's saying these man like he didn't pick the same thing as us.
Exactly.
I haven't picked yet.
Oh, you're going for the golf ball, yeah?
No, I ain't picked yet.
So pick.
Yeah, pick the golf ball, innit?
No, I can't pick. This one, I'm sitting on the fence.
You're sitting. Nah. You have to pick.
I'm sitting on the fence with this.
Tiger Woods, Mr.
Golfer. I can't, bro.
What do you mean you can't?
Because I've been constipated. I know what it feels
like. We all have. Everyone in the audience
not like me.
Just because you've never had a golf ball come out your thing.
Have you lot not eaten bread for like 3-4 days? No.
No, listen.
You know what happens when you don't eat bread? The system don't have fiber. You know when the system don't have fiber, everything is rock solid, bro.
Subz, have you had a pebble come out your thing, bruv?
I ain't had a pebble come out.
So
my
be
thing.
quiet, bro.
So I can only talk about what I know. That's
Bro,
why
a
I'm
golf
not
ball would be
picking
horrific.
it. I'm not picking it, but I'm just saying to you,
Bro,
just from
you're crazy.
experience.
You're crazy. You're
It's
But
not
if you
something
weren't constipated, wouldn't the aubergine come out?
No, but it fit, bro.
Okay, you got him. You got him.
Right?
You got him.
No, you
got
didn't
him.
get me shit, bro.
No, I'm
Because
whoa.
no pun
But you didn't give me
intended.
shit, bro.
I'm pissed. I'm rattled. I'm rattled. Nah, because you lot acting like, okay, if you're not constipated, something the size of an aubergine, it's just gonna come out.
But it's not gonna be as hard
huge.
as. But you're making it seem like
Do you know how an aubergine is shaped, bro?
this guy's mad.
The
This
first,
guy's trying to give
no,
you
bro. The first part of
He's
the
trying
aubergine
to
is the
break it
hardest,
down,
bro.
No,
Then
but
the rest will just
no,
woof,
but
come
because
out.
you keep throwing in
You lot don't eat aubergine, innit?
Stop trying to cut me off, bro. Because you keep throwing in the word constipation, it makes it sound like it's worse than it already is.
No.
Take constipation out of
It's
it.
gonna be like you're
No,
constipated.
just say you're taking a normal number 2 and it's the size of aubergine.
There's nothing normal about shitting out on
There's nothing
aubergine.
normal about pissing a golf ball, bro.
Exactly, bro. And I'm not doing it. I'm not
Yeah,
doing it.
I'm not doing that.
It's easy, bro.
So you
No,
lot
aubergine.
picking aubergine every time. Let me show you lot what aubergine is.
I know what aubergine is, but don't show me.
You
the
lot
picture of
don't know,
aubergine,
bro.
What's wrong with you?
That's the eggplant, right?
That's the eggplant.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
emoji.
Yeah. Exactly. But bro, a golf ball.
I know what aubergine is.
Do you know? You know
They're
what
soft.
picture
They're
of a
quite
golf-
soft.
This
though.
guy's coming out every time.
You're
He's
an
a
idiot.
guy in the aubergine suit.
You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot, bro.
No, but seriously, yeah, it's
Nah.
it's mad.
Nah.
Like, obviously, let me just clarify, innit? I'm not saying to you like I would pick the aubergine, innit? But I don't want you to undermine the aubergine. I want you to put
By the
some
way,
respect
aubergines
on
are
it.
soft as well. You know, they're not as hard as a golf ball is like a rock.
I know
Golf
what
ball's
you're
a
saying,
rock,
but
and
the
he wants-
size of
I
it
get
doesn't
you.
matter if
Listen,
it's
I
soft.
get you. I get you.
Yo,
Like,
Mo,
do you know
this
what
guy
I mean?
wants.
I get you. But one side of your body, stuff is meant to come out from it.
Exactly.
Like how large it is and stuff. I don't know how big something can be.
But on the other
for it
side
to
of your
come out
body,
that side, innit?
nothing like that is meant to come out.
On the other side of your
golf
body, it
ball's
just needs to
kinda
be a
huge,
stream. A stream of.
What do you mean huge? It's freaking huge, yes,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's not still, bro. It's 100% is, bro. Come
Can
on,
we
man.
move on?
But can we just put respect
Please.
on aubergine, please? You lot are disrespecting.
Yeah,
bro.
but
Bro,
shit.
can you put respect on a golf ball?
I put
Coming out
respect
your
on
piece.
it, but come on.
This guy is trying to freaking play devil's advocate.
Guy
for a
racked
golf
his head
ball,
like
bruv.
in the car, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna
Man.
say to these lot?
And this guy, bro,
Man.
you're crazy.
If
son.
you lot got paid 1 million for once, both of them come out at the same time.
Why would that be?
You're taking the money.
You're an idiot, bro. You're an
He's
idiot.
laughing
Those
because he's
scenarios are
considering.
mad. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Just one time,
Yeah,
okay.
just one time.
You would not survive,
Just
bro.
this one
You
time.
would not survive.
Just this one time.
That coming out your
Both sides, same time.
same, bro. The pain will be unimaginable, bro.
He'll pass out, bro.
Bro, we'd all pass out. Any human being would.
It's kind of scary thinking about it, you
That's
know.
so scary, bro.
But is it worth no tax?
I think the damage, no
Don't
tax.
oh
I'm
my
not saying
God,
tax.
You're really thinking about you.
I
You
like
guys are
it.
mad.
I love
You
it.
guys are crazy.
No,
You guys
but
are crazy, man.
alright, cool, fair enough. But the thing is, I wouldn't take the money in it because the damage it could do, bro.
Damage is irreversible.
I don't think the money's.
A golf ball, Mo, bro. You crazy, bruv. You're drinking this guy's Kool-Aid, bro. That's mad, bruv. Yeah, I can't believe,
He's drunk off it, fam.
bro. That's mad, bro. You
Yeah.
guys are crazy.
Let us know. Let us know what you lot are.
The audience are sensible. They're not going to say
What
golf
you
ball.
lot are
No
picking.
one in the comment section will say golf ball. You know what I
For
mean?
the people that eat aubergines every day, you lot will know.
Bro, that's crazy.
They'll
Bro,
understand. It's a
that's
discussion.
That's crazy. That's not even.
I'm not
that's
saying
even
it's clear
discussion.
cut.
It's a non-discussion, bro. You know what I mean?
He's still thinking about the mill.
Yeah, I am actually.
That's crazy.
What
There's
can I
some
buy
things
with
money
it?
won't be able to help, bro. And money won't be able to fix that either.
Yeah, you
You're
know,
not a golf ball,
the
bro.
medicine's changing every day.
Medicine's
you
state
know?
of the art right now.
It's
Hey, bro.
advancing every day.
No
you
way.
know.
No way. No way. There's no way. That's
He's
mad.
mad.
I don't,
Yeah, it's a bit,
you know
when
what's
I
crazy,
sit
Mo?
down and think about it, it's a bit too much.
At
still.
the same time as well.
Yeah,
That's
a
just
bit much
crazy.
still.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. I was just testing you lot.
Let's move on, man.
Yeah.
To this week's topic.
What's on the topic, Ash, man?
Today we're going to talk about nature versus nurture.
Why are you saying like a sociology teacher?
Hey, because it's a great like philosophy kind of question, isn't it? Kind of similar to what came first, chicken or egg kind of thing. So and stuff.
What
like
did
that.
come first?
We're not doing this
We're not.
because this will take up the whole episode as well.
For real though, when you think about it, what the hell?
The chicken came first, obviously.
How do you know?
do
Where
you
did the chicken come from?
Where do we come from? You better not say apes and yeah.
Evolution.
Evolution, yeah.
So you're saying Allah created chicken first, and then after that, whatever happened. Yeah. I can get behind that. But then when you just start thinking about it normally, without that, which came first, you start getting baffed.
Exactly.
Both is like
We're nowhere near qualified.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Anyway, so
I'm not
nature and
qualified,
nurture,
fam.
like, and I think probably the best way to kind of frame it is like, is a person kind of like born in terms of like liking what they like, behaving the way they behave, like their kind of disposition, how they are as a person, that kind of thing, or is that something that is kind of trained in them, kind of thing? It's kind of similar to kind of argument like, are people born racist? Of course, the answer is no. You're kind of like taught that systematically and stuff like that, and you're kind of that way kind of thing in regards to kind of racism. But in terms of like your life and who you are as a person, like if you're an angry person, for example, are you angry because you always had a predisposition to be an angry person, or things in your past or kind of traumas in your past are the reason why you're like that? Have you seen bad examples or from role models like your parents in terms of their anger issues and stuff like that, how they have a bad temper and all that kind of stuff? And it's kind of like weird when you like see like people like say, oh, you've got a temper like your dad and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's kind of a bit crazy, stuff like that. So yeah, man. So is that basically, are these kind of things nature, who you are, or are these kind of like nurtured into you kind of thing? Are these kind of ideas, behaviors kind of like instilled into you through kind of like learned behavior and stuff like that?
That's a great question, man.
Over to you.
Yes, I think like I don't think there's a yes or no answer to this. I think there's many factors that come into play. So if I take me as an example, I'd say I've never been influenced by things such as what I've seen on so I've never been influenced by things that I've seen on, say, TV, social media. Well, let me pause on the social media and I'll tell you why. But I've never been influenced by things that I've seen on like TV or games or videos or this or that, because for me, I know when I view things, it's just I'm viewing it for my entertainment and that's it. So if we take sort of the classic example of people saying, Call of Duty affects kids to be violent, or this or that, or drill music affects kids to be violent and it makes them violent, all of that stuff. Like, for some people, I can see why that's a thing. For me, it was never a thing. Now, if I talk about those kids that are influenced, say by, let's talk about drill music, for example.
Okay.
Like, the reason why I see that is because one of the factors I see starts off in the household. Now, let's say a young boy is, doesn't have anybody at home to look up to as a role model, etc. Like, I think when you're young, naturally, you're looking for a role model somewhere, somehow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I don't have a role model at home, or I don't have someone in my life that I can see as a role model, I'm going to go look for a role model.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'm looking for a role model, but naturally I'm going to start looking up to these, say, drill artists, for example. And I'm going to be like, okay, like, I like the way they're living. I like the message they're bringing across. How do I become like them? How do I get to their level? And it's simply by listening to what they say, to what they do, and I'm going to go replicate that. Do you know what I mean? So I can see why, say, drill music would affect individuals like that. But on the flip side, like, there's a lot of individuals that listen to drill music. Like, I could listen to drill music. It won't influence me to go out and do a madness. So that's like one perspective I see. I see it as like, it depends on who you are as a person, and it depends on the other factors in your life as well. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm mostly with Subz. Like, I think it's a mixture of nature and nurture.
Yeah.
I don't think you can ever put it down to like one thing, but yeah, like it's kind of like how like why do certain kids go to the road? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? What is it? Is it something that's happening at home? Is it something they see, or is it just like? I think more time, youths go to the roads and start shotting and doing things. I think mostly it's because of poverty.
It's the only option they have.
Yeah.
I think mostly it's because of poverty.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time I think it's because of poverty. Because like there's a lot of people that be like, oh, you have options, you can do what you want, and whatever. But think about when you were a youth. Yeah, sometimes you want things now. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. And if I don't have it, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is, bro. And it's not even just like a black thing or whatever. You go to whatever neighborhood, and if it's like not even black, and it's just poor white people, say for example, lower class white people, they'll do the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
So I think it just comes down to that mainly, in it. And then obviously, some people grow up like there's kids that grow up with parents that were drug dealers, but they never touch that shit. Yeah. They never go to that side, and they never like, do you know what I'm trying to say? They see the mistakes that they made, and they just want to go to this side. So
let me ask you something, because obviously every situation is different, but let's talk about the person that isn't easily influenced.
That what, sorry?
Someone that isn't easily influenced.
Isn't.
So let's say someone that say goes on and watches a movie where it's proper violent and this and that and whatever it is in it, and obviously their actions after that isn't because of that or whatever it is. They don't go around killing people, whatever. But like, obviously we're in a society now or a digital age now where things are drip fed to us over a long period of time, and obviously that's proven, like advertisement, like it's proven, like the drip method, where they slowly feed things into you and slowly it changes the way you think about something. So do you feel like on the flip side, even for those individuals that are, say, strong-headed and aren't really strongly influenced, that over time they could be converted or their mindset could be changed?
Yeah, I think anyone's mindset could be changed. I think even having that willpower to not do it is just as hard. Because like, if you, like, I don't know, after, like, if I just look at myself, there's so many times that in my life that I can remember where I've almost gone left. I've almost joined, you know what I'm saying, started shotting, or I've almost done this and that, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, but like, even the mentality to not do that, it's just as hard as, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's also so difficult. So I don't know. I think those strong-headed people are still going through their own type of battles as well with the type of thing. Because it's like, even with a lot of them strong-headed people, maybe they're not getting money as quick as they want to. Fuck, is this worth it? I could just easily go and, you know what I'm saying, my brethren's doing this, he can just give me a little key. And
that's another thing.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Brethrens, circles that you're in. How much does that affect who you become as a person?
A lot.
A lot. So that's in terms of the way I think about nature and nurture. I think it's like mostly nurture and only a small part nature. I think people have their own. They're born with a certain way of thinking once they're kind of old enough to kind of think that way. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that human beings are mostly, like, the way a human being can adapt to something is amazing. Like any human being can adapt to a situation. Like even if something crazy or something kind of mundane, they can always adapt. And the way you're taught, be it positive or negative, will affect you the rest of your life. So if you're brought up with good morals, to be a good person, to do right by your neighbor, that kind of stuff, 9 times out of 10, that's what you'll do. If you don't, then that means there's something within you that kind of like pushes back on that. Whereas you don't believe in those kind of structures of living and stuff like that. And then that goes into kind of people that are either maybe they just don't really care, or they kind of think about themselves, or they're selfish, or worst case scenario, they are psychopaths or sociopaths. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So there's been many kind of like there's loads of evidence of like people who are sociopaths who grew up in great, well-adjusted families, but they just end up being the most horrific and terrible people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of like all the nature and nurture stuff. You know what I'm saying? And how much influence and stuff like that, and how much even their friends and stuff like, going back to the point about your friends, like having good friends is really important. Like people that you can kind of like strive to be like as good as them in terms of are they looking forward and stuff like that? Are they trying to be the best versions of themselves, stuff like that? Whereas the opposite, people that are in bad circles and stuff like that, and if you get like mixed up in that, then you could fall down. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, touching. Obviously, that's an interesting point you mentioned, bro.
Yeah.
Like the way you're raised. If you're raised with, like, say you got a family that has raised you based on good morals, good principles, you know, keeping you on the right path.
Yeah.
But then, I think you said 9 times out of 10, that's probably what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's probably even less than that. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like there's so many good youths that I know in my life that were raised really well, but still went down the wrong path. Yep. And the reason, what I see from that, and for me personally, like, it's made me think of, like, how am I going to raise my children? And for me,
because you start to question, does the parent even matter?
So
like, it's weird sometimes, bro.
Because the thing is, for me, like, I was raised in a way where, like, my mom used to say to me, it was clear cut, like, this is bad, this is good, and that's it. Yeah. Like, but I was never ever, it was never ever broken down to me or explained. Or if I had more curiosity to dive into it, it's like, well, you know, let's keep you away from this. Let's not even discuss it further. It's just bad. See it as that, and boom. And I feel like, for me, like, I think, like, with my children, like, I always want to have an open and honest discussion about things, and being brutally honest. Because the reason being is, if I hold back information and just tell you this is right or this is wrong, like, when you get to a certain age where you can explore further, you're gonna explore further. And because we never had that discussion, you might get into the wrong things. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me, it's a thing where I feel like, parents should raise their children on obviously having good morals, good principles, good behavior, but at the same time, like, you need to have those difficult conversations, and you need to allow, say, children to express their curiosity.
Yeah, bro, I've got a great example about that. So when I was younger, I had, what do you call it, one of my mum's friends, her sons came over to our yard, and we were playing playing PS2, and I think my brother must have, like, bring in, like, a chocolate bar, and these kids stopped playing, and they were just looking at the chocolate bar, and me and brother were like, what? And we're like, we're not allowed to have any sugar and stuff like that. And the way, and then my brother was like, just go to the kitchen. It's like a drawer, like, full of chocolate.
It's just cash. Just go.
Just go in there. And they ran in there. They grabbed all the chocolate. They locked themselves in the bathroom and had all of it, and they were sick, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's simply because, and that kind of goes to your point where, like, they were told sugar's bad. All kind of sweet stuff's bad. You can't have it all. And they've got such curiosity, and they've got such a freaking want to kind of have it so badly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas for us, we just like, you know, we've had it, you know, all the time. It's chocolate. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, even with, say, I think any parent out there, they don't want their children on road. Like, they don't want their children shot in. They don't want them in violence. I don't think any parent wants that for their child. Even for the man that are on road that's got children, for them, they want to keep their children away from that. Do you know what I mean, bro? I don't think anyone wants that. But at the same time, I feel like you need to just be honest with your child. You need to allow them to express themselves, in the sense of ask those questions. Okay, like, why is shotting bad? Boom, like, I see X, Y, Z getting a lot of money. I see this rapper on my YouTube, because, well, our kids are going to be on YouTube from a young age. Like, we're in the age of technology, bro. Where
even in the end,
kids
bro,
are so. Do you know what I mean? Even in the
see a man with the new trainers, or rolling up with, like, a nice car every time.
Yeah, like, this guy's bad. He's got this, but he's got X, Y, and Z. Like, rather than just being like, it's just not good. But you need to,
especially if that guy that's got money likes you.
Yeah.
If he likes you, little man, you're gonna even be like, raw, like, he's my hero, kind of
Bronx style, bro. Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. But I think at the same time, it's obviously, like, I think I personally think friends do affect.
I think that's big.
I think
any
it's a
influence.
big.
Any
I think it's a big, and I think that goes back to, like, with my friends, I can be 100% open and honest. I can say the madness. there's no repercussion. But with our parents, it's like, boom, I can't say X, Y, and Z. So do you know what I mean? So
that's why in those influential years, you're more with your friends than you are with your parents. You're kind of like in that teen years, where you're kind of figuring out, am I gonna do this or am I gonna do that? You're more like listening to your friends' advice and stuff like that, way more than your parents' advice.
Yeah, so that's so true.
You're more chilling with your friends and going home and locking the door or whatever, not really chatting to the rest of your family like that. Those years they're so important.
But is that because your parents aren't relatable at the time? You feel like
exactly
they don't understand you?
Yes, exactly. What I think that's what it is, innit?
And
because
the good thing is that
my brethren know what I want because they want the same thing.
And the older you
Or
get,
they understand.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And we can get it. But if I ask my man, I'm saying my dad's my man. When I've asked my parents, for example, obviously we're not like crazy well off in it, so it will take time to get what I want in it. It's not gonna just happen straight. Or sometimes I might never get it, so I might find another alternative way to get it,
but
bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Is, like, the older you get, the more you realize, like,
you have bad attitude and you have this and that.
It's mad. But the older you get, the more you realize, like, your parents are doing and saying these things for a reason.
Yeah, I was a dickhead in my teens, bro.
We all were.
Big dickhead.
We all were.
Big,
of course,
dickhead,
And like,
the thing is, like, when you lot, because obviously, like, it's going back to the whole thing of being relatable. Like, are your parents relatable? Can they understand you if you went up to your parents and you said, yo, like, I really need money, this and that. I can see you're doing your best, but look, like, I think there's another way to do it, and that's, to me, like, to jump on the roads. It sounds mad. Yeah. Like, you're gonna think, if I have that conversation with them, they're not gonna relate at all. They got number one, they got no experience with something like this. And number two, they're just gonna go mad. But the mad thing is, bro, how well do you know your parents? Like, we only know what they show us, but we don't ever know if they've had those thoughts when they were growing up.
Exactly.
Or if they ever done a madness themselves.
You'd never think of that.
You'd never think.
It's
like,
true.
and you couldn't ever imagine it now. In your lot's head, you're probably thinking it's 1,000,000,000% no.
Brother, if my dad ever told me when I was younger in the corner selling bags,
boom.
I'll be like, what?
You know what I mean? And it'll make you see him in a different light, and it'll be like, do you know what? Maybe I can go and have that convo with him then. Do you know what I mean? So from you lot's perspective, do you lot reckon, like, with your children, obviously you can't tell them all, and obviously it depends when you tell them as well.
That's a big thing.
You're not going to tell your 9-year-old, yo, I done a madness back in this time. But would you ever have that conversation with them when they're, like, say 20, 22?
It's
when
hard,
they're an adult,
because it's like, I don't think every conversation with your kid's gonna work. I just don't think it will.
That's so. There you go. That's 100%.
I just think a lot of them,
not
a lot of conversations.
Not everything's gonna land.
Yeah, I think so many things though are gonna go in one ear and out the other. There's so much
and
advice.
that's part of learning.
Yeah,
that's part of learning.
There's so much advice that I can think back that my parents gave me, where it was just like I forgot it in the next day. But when I got old, I was like,
bro,
I really should have listened to them.
You man, recently there's a piece of advice that my mum gave me, like when I was like 15. That only sunk in like a couple of months ago.
Recently,
You know what I mean? That's mad.
You know
but
what?
that's life though.
It's
They've
the
lived
cycle.
that part of it. We
like,
haven't lived it, bro.
The thing is, the cycle, because I was thinking about this the other day as well. The cycle's never ending.
It's never,
Because I can imagine that my parents were probably teens or in their early 20s, getting told by their parents, yo, don't do X, Y, and Z. And they probably thought, they don't really know what they're talking about. They're older. They've never, they don't understand. And then the same thing for me. There's things that my mum told me, yo, make sure you stay away from this, or never do this or that. And as a kid, I was just thinking, do you know what? It's not that deep.
Yeah.
She doesn't really understand.
Yeah.
But then honestly, bro, like thinking back now at the age I'm at now, I'm like, I get it. Do you know what I mean? So it's a never ending cycle. But how does that cycle break?
Exactly.
That's why.
That's why nurture is so important for people that your role models.
But like
and
we're
parents.
saying though, nurture can only do so much, because like I said, that brother can get nurtured, but until he gets to his teen years and he's made his core friends, and they're influencing him to like do this and that and the other.
But bro, this is what, for you to be taught from a young age, or like whatever age it may be, certain this is right, this is wrong. If you do this, if you go down this road, this will happen. There will be these consequences, A, B, C, and D. All right, you disregard everything that was said. You do that. You feel the consequences. You're gonna, no matter who you are, you're gonna think back to that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're gonna think about whether or not that conversation was right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? And again,
But
these
a
are
guy
lessons
that's
to
but a
learn.
guy that's on the road, even if he thinks back at it, that might not make him stop.
Mm.
Cause he's
So-
getting that quick money
so-
and he's doing.
so-
That's why I can't fault man.
so
I
let
kind of
me-
can't
let
fault
me-
man that are on the roads because I don't know what reason you're doing it for.
Yeah, so
at the
let
end of the
me
day.
ask then, yeah, because I'm thinking, obviously we all aspire to be parents one day, innit? So
Inshallah, yeah.
I'm trying to think, inshallah, what is the solution for this, yeah? And for me, like I was just thinking now, and I'm thinking, if you were to raise your child where they were constantly able to fully express themselves in terms of their interests and what they want to, because often, bro, like as parents we try to tell them what to do or what they should be interested in or what they shouldn't be or whatever. If we allow our children to be fully heard and we allow them to fully chase their interests basically from a young age, and we put in that sort of life rule where it's like, you know what, you want to try something in life, we're gonna really make an attempt to make it happen.
Okay,
for you.
so you're
So here, wait for
go
this,
on,
yeah.
okay, go on.
So would I be right in saying that ideally, if your child's life is from a young age up until say that teen years, is fully enriched in terms of they're into sports, they're into football, like
They can pretty much do what they want as a kid.
a kid, yeah. Like by the time they reach their teens, they're into football, they're into art, they're into whatever it may be. That their plate is so full at that moment and is so enriched and they're so happy and satisfied. Would they even have a need to look elsewhere? If
I think the situation that you're talking about, this family, are they like doing well? Because you can't be in those things if you're not, right?
No, but they're average. Well, you don't have to be rich to be.
And I'm not saying rich. I'm not saying rich.
Or you don't
I'm
have
not
to
saying
be
rich.
well off even.
But not just well off though. Like I'm trying to think like if you have all of those things, going left is a bit mad, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
but you got them rich
I
kids.
can't.
No.
You got
I
them
think
rich
if you're
kids that
no,
start
I
trapping.
think no, fuck that. I think no,
left.
fuck that.
So
I
many
think
rich
if you're
kids,
rich, you and you go left to road and that you're a dickhead.
But it still happens though.
No,
It happens.
It
I think
happens.
you're
So
fucked,
how do you
bro.
stop
there's
that?
so many rich kids that have gone left and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's
But
about
bro, they glorify it. They see that shit on TV and they want to do it. Like
because
they hear it
you
on the
guys are
music.
only looking at
They're
it.
not-
You're only framing this in terms of people that go to road. People can kind of like go into drugs. People can
Yeah,
can
yeah,
spiral
yeah,
into
yeah.
so
No, that's
many
true.
bad
Yeah,
other
yeah,
things,
yeah,
innit?
Yeah.
But for me, to answer your question, Subz, the point of history is to learn from the mistakes of the past.
Yeah.
And in regards to parenting, and I don't know if you man are simple. I don't know if you man are similar. Where my parents did the best that they possibly could
Yeah.
under all the other circumstances that they had.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like they came to this country to create a better life for themselves and to create a better life for us. You know what I mean? And I think we touched upon this in the arms episode, where we have to try and make the best of ourselves to kind of like make up for that kind of big sacrifice that they made to come here, to leave their, you know what I mean, to leave the homeland, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, like I see that the way that I was parented, and there's some things that I do not want to do with my kids, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
And there's
Facts.
some things that I'm going
Yeah.
to disregard
100%.
that they've done, and I'm going to go my own way on a couple
Yeah,
of
and
things.
same way with
But
your
there's
children.
a lot of things, you man, that they've instilled in me that I will, you know what I mean, God willing, put into my kids as well. You know?
There's
Yeah.
some things that work, some things that just didn't.
And that's the
Yeah.
same, like even with us, like what we instill in our kids and the way we choose to raise them, when it's their turn to raise kids, they're probably going to look at and say, okay, I'm going to take all of these good things, but then there's these few little things that I don't think is going to work, or as you said, learn from the past.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to get it right. We're not going to be perfect in every aspect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's mad, innit? Anyone can be parent. That's just crazy, innit?
Yeah, it's mad.
Providing that you have all the reproductive capabilities.
It's mad.
Anybody can be a parent. You don't have to, there's no barrier for entry.
They should like take a course every parent.
You know what I'm saying? But then they absolutely put like people that want to have kids, that actually want to have kids, but they can't. They put them through bare stuff, and I mean, they have to do this, they have to jump through all these kind of hoops.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a freaking nitty can, you know what I mean?
It's
get
mad,
anyone
man.
pregnant,
It's
fine,
mad,
innit?
but
It's mad.
yeah, I like, obviously to summarize from my point, I personally think that it's not a clear-cut answer. I feel like it depends on you as a person, but I feel like it all starts off with how you were raised. It all starts off in the household.
Yeah, totally agree.
That's what I believe. And like it doesn't mean to say that if you do everything perfect at home, like your child's never gonna go left.
Yeah.
But it significantly reduces the chances in my eyes. And vice versa. You could have a child that grows up in a really fucked up household, but there's still that opportunity or that chance that things go right for them.
I really want to see the stats for this kind of stuff, like the ones that grew up with parents that were like on shit.
Yeah.
Is it more likely your kid turns out okay or goes left? And the parents that, like, I'm talking about a parent that was on madness, drugs, all of that, whatever.
Yeah.
Is it more likely your child turns out okay or not?
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, let's take, like, a person that, like, for example, there's a lot of examples of, like, a single mom, she's a drug addict, and the kid's pretty much looking after her.
Yeah.
And because of these experiences, the kid goes in a certain way which is good for him, innit? Later on, right? Where he doesn't have to look after his mom anymore, and he's just kind of like, I'm not going to let drugs affect my life like this because I've seen what it does.
They have to grow up way quicker.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to kind of see the stats of like, if you grew up fucked up, do you turn out? Are you more likely to turn out okay or not? Because I don't think it's like, I don't think it's an individual thing, obviously.
Case by case.
Yeah, it's a case by case thing, but it would be interesting to see some of that. But yeah, man, I just think a lot of it, like Hashi said, it's not just road. You can go left by being a drug addict or go left by doing this, that, and the other. It's not just going out and shotting in it, like you said.
It could be anything.
It could be anything, yeah. But yeah, man, I just think a lot of it is about what a person wants in that moment in time. Like a guy who wants money or something like that. Yeah. I need this money now. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It could be anything. It could be anything that influences you. Like for me,
because it might not be shotting, bro. I know guys that in school times were robbing houses, bro. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like it might not even be that.
Like for me,
and some of them, both parents at home live nice, been to their yard, everything's great, but I don't know the reason that they want to really go to that stage and rob yards. You know what I'm trying to say?
For me, you guys, like movies and TV were like a huge thing. Like especially movies where like a lot of the kind of like ideas and the kind of like plots and stuff like that where a lot of things that I kind of like took with me like throughout life and stuff like that. I'll give you like one example, like Groundhog Day by no means is like one of my favorite films, but it's a movie that I've watched a lot in it over time. But the main idea of that film is if you try to be a good person, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Try to be the best possible person you can be, you know what I mean? That's a better way to live life than to be like a kind of like a person that only cares about yourself and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, right, that's a really, really great kind of like thing to take away and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's a nice way to look at life.
You know what I mean? And just to be an honourable person, to do right by your family and stuff like that. There's a lot of these kind of like lessons that you learn from movies, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you, you know how earlier you said that you personally, games, movies and that don't, sorry, I don't know if you heard it, but you personally, you said games, movies and that don't really affect you. Like they don't influence you in that sense. Have you never like, because I know you like crime shows, innit? You never watch one of these crime shows and just be like, hey, I kind of because I do sometimes. Sometimes I do.
Do you know what?
I never I never crossed that line into obviously doing it. Yeah. But sometimes I kind of do it. These gangsters are gangster. Like, I kind of want to be like,
don't get me wrong. Like I've watched.
I guess that's me admiring it.
Yeah, like I've watched things where I'm just like, yo, like if we go to The Wire, for example, and we look at Omar, for example, I think he's a sick character.
Yeah.
Like, and even some of the shit, like when I realized shit was fucked up when he would walk into a house and he would shotgun someone. Yeah. And I'd just be like, he's cold. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then afterwards I'm thinking, yeah, he's cold as a character, but I can differentiate what is fake, what is acting to real life. Because if you showed me someone real with say a body cam and they walk into a house and they shotty
horrifying
properly, like real, I wouldn't be thinking, yo, this person's cold.
That's terrifying.
So I'm able to differentiate what is like imagination and that.
I'm talking more about like the image, innit?
Yeah, the image.
Like, you know how you like see the Narcos guys and they all have the silk shirts and the nice houses and all of that stuff. And like you kind of like, oh, that would be cool to have.
Of course, no, of course. But do you know what the thing is? Yeah, at the same time, I feel like I fully understand without going into any detail, I fully understand what that life is.
I hear you.
And
what comes with it and
what comes with
yeah,
it. And
yeah,
I just know that never lasts.
Yeah.
Whether you watch it in fiction, where it's acting, or whether you know someone in person, please find me one person that's made that last.
I
that
always think to myself,
now the thing is, if you're a trapper and you become a rapper and you've made it in life, you made it in life because you were a rapper.
And you've gone mainstream.
But you've gone mainstream. But please find me one trapper, find me one drug lord or whatever that's had this career from the start to the end without ending up dead or in prison. I understand the consequences.
Died on top, basically.
That died on top.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean, bro? Or that they died, but without it being because of that.
Yeah.
Like you look at Pablo.
Pablo
had the world in
He's
his
going
hands,
downhill,
but
then,
he
innit?
died because of that.
Yeah, and most of
The way he died as well,
Of
in the
course.
street.
Like
Like
most of his
he's-
plots, also include them trying to, in some way, to become legitimate. He wanted to
Exactly.
be going
He
to
wants,
politics
yeah,
and
the
stuff like that.
politics,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Stuff like
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
So,
So
that's why when I watch these kind of shows and movies, I always think to myself, yeah, because a lot of them are based on true stories. A lot of them,
of
innit?
course,
yeah.
Like recently, I finished BMF, innit?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, how do you not sleep, bro?
Exactly.
Like, how do you actually sleep, bro?
Yeah.
Like, with all of the stuff that they talk about and all of these things going through your mind at the time, oh my God, I got to pay this guy or else this is going to happen. I got to protect this because this is going to happen. I'd be like, bro, I sometimes can't sleep off of the
But that's
smallest
what I'm
issue.
saying. But you know, Ismo, yeah.
Imagine having living that. I can't do that, bro.
The thing is, like, what a lot of people don't understand or see is that when you look at these people that are involved in like the illegal side of life and they're making a killing from it, like you will see them in pictures, you would see them in clubs, in the best restaurants, in the best clothes, in the best cars, and you see a snippet of their life. And it looks like, you know what, this is the best life you could possibly live. But what people don't understand is these people are people like us, and they have feelings and they have emotions, and when they go home and they feel things like paranoia, when they feel the weight of the world on their shoulders and all of this stuff, like that's not something to aspire for. Do you know what I mean?
You know how they like say like, they got a case on you or something like that. You find out that they're like watching you or something like that.
Yeah.
That's me, bro. I'm never sleeping again.
Bro, you can't
never
sleep.
again,
There's no
bro.
peace, bro. There's no peace. There's no happiness, bro. And for me, like, I guess the last thing to put out there, which doesn't need to be answered, is if you want to chase this lifestyle, or whether it be the roads, whether it be you want to start taking drugs, whether it be hard drugs or whatever it is, or you just decide to, whatever it is, bruv, it's one of those ones. You get what you want, the materialistic things, but how happy will you really be in the end?
In the long run,
do you know what I mean? In the long run. Because
Exactly.
these kind of things here do not bring happiness. Like, for me personally, for me, I've like one of my favorite or biggest purchases was my previous car. Like, I absolutely loved that car. I aspired, I want to get a BMW. Boom, I purchased it. The happiness lasts for a week or a month.
Then in reality, owning one.
And in reality, and an owning one,
Comes
bro,
into
like,
that.
it's the actual materialistic thing didn't make me happy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, bro? But other things that make me happy, like the experience, say friends, family, that shit will last forever.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, that's another conversation.
That's another conversation, isn't it? That's another conversation. But yeah,
interesting,
man, let's
we could have spoke about this all day, bro. Honestly.
yeah.
How are we doing with time anyway?
Let's jump into one go innit?
Should we do that now?
Yeah.
You're a good timekeeper, man.
I try my best.
Keeping
my
us,
best.
man. Keeping us.
All right. Nah, it's funny you're speaking about. You mentioned The Wire, didn't you?
Yeah.
So my one gotta go is TV shows. Now, I did 3 TV shows that are very, 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 very popular, very like critically acclaimed. But I wanted to add one TV show, but 2 of us haven't seen it.
Okay.
So I added a TV show, which is, all right, you'll see when I say it. All right, one gotta go, yeah. The Wire, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Now, I was gonna put Sopranos was mentioned, but me and Subz ain't seen Sopranos, innit? I still need to start it.
It's crazy.
I ain't seen it.
Crazy.
I still need to start. I said, cool, let's throw in Peaky Blinders. These lot said that's not good enough for the other 3. So I said, cool. So I went on IMDb, and the 4th one I picked is Planet Earth.
Planet Earth stays. Fuck off.
Hey, listen,
Fuck right
and you know what? You know what, Subz?
Planet
I totally
Earth.
agree with you, bro.
Planet
How about
Earth.
that?
Let me tell you something.
If you ain't seen Planet Earth, you need to watch Planet Earth.
yeah,
bro.
let me tell you something.
It's
bro.
number 1 and 2 on top IMDb shows ever.
Bro,
It's
let me tell you
incredible.
something. Planet
It's
Earth.
incredible.
Yeah. David Attenborough is the best storyteller
Oh, 100%.
of our generation. Forget
He's the best
about
narrator.
Jacqueline Wilson, J.K. Rowling.
He's not a
Wait, wait, wait,
storyteller.
why'd you
Wait,
get
he's not a
Jacqueline Wilson?
storyteller.
No, he is a storyteller.
Yeah, he is a storyteller.
Of course he's a
100%.
storyteller.
Because the drama.
Of
sometimes.
course, bro.
In the, you know, like sometimes when it's like
He's a narrator.
when it's a bit of prey.
He's a narrator.
You know what I mean?
makes a story.
And there's a predator
He's
trying
a
to
narrator,
trying to
actually.
get something to eat. It's incredible. Bro.
I
Okay,
doubt-
I'll tell you why
incredible.
he's.
I doubt he writes
I'll tell you
it.
the
He
difference.
doesn't write it, but I'm
I'll
just
tell you
saying
the
like the way
difference.
he
You
kind
don't
of like
know.
talks.
I'll tell
I
you
mean?
the difference between a narrator and a storyteller. Yeah, I was watching on Disney Plus, you call it like a documentary
They
about
got a
the
few
world and
documentaries on there,
animals, about animals in the world,
Discovery, innit?
and it had Will Smith. Yeah,
Mm.
and it had like I think it was like like there's fish in the sea that there's so many of them. Basically, and they just swirl around. I don't know what the name of them are.
Yeah.
And Will Smith was like, "These fish in the sea, they're swirling around." That's a narrator, okay? David Attenborough, yeah, for that same image, bro, he was like, as you can see, as you can see, the fish have gathered
Now I get what you're
in
saying.
the auditorium.
Yeah, and I hear you.
And they are swirling around and synchronizing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like
That's
bro,
really good.
he paints a picture in your head, bro.
100%, bro.
Do you know what I
Like
mean?
you know when a piece of prey, like there was one time there was like a small kind of like hatchling in it, and it's on like an edge of a cliff, and you man, I was on that
We
edge
say
of
your
my
heart
seat
beating,
with
you're
your heart
with it.
beating. Is it gonna make it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Incredible, man.
that's what
There
I'm
was
saying,
one
like,
recently that was going on Twitter. I think it was a lizard being chased by a snake or something, but
Oh.
it
Yes.
got out of the way.
Oh,
yes,
this was
Oh.
incredible.
Oh.
That was sick.
incredible.
That was
I've seen
hard.
that clip like 20 times.
That was hard.
bro.
That's
Still.
incredible.
I've seen it 20 times,
I
but
mean-
David Attenborough, bro, he just brings something that nobody on television, regardless of genre, brings, bro. He's captivating.
Nah, him, Morgan Freeman, and Keith David.
Oh, that's mad. You should have done that. You should have done
They,
like
I think they have
one
the
gotta
best.
go for the like.
Yeah, for the voices.
Yeah.
They have the best voices.
They have
man.
good
voices, But
But that's obviously one gonna stay.
Okay, what stays for you? That I agree. Planet Earth stays
Yeah.
for
so
me.
was it Breaking Bad, Wire,
Breaking
and
Bad
Game of Thrones?
It's
Wire
such
and
a
Game of Thrones.
It's a fantastic show. Has to stay. Wire, so influential to way people kind of, you know what I mean, look at the world and stuff like that. It's such an important show, you know what I mean, for the culture. But that leaves Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is, by the way, the way they rushed the end of that, yeah, for me, kind of like left such a disgusting taste in my mouth.
You're ungrateful.
That can all
You're
go.
ungrateful.
It can all go.
You're so
can all
ungrateful.
go.
You didn't like
I
it.
tell you, no, I get it.
Oh,
I agree. The end was shit.
right.
Yeah,
Horrific.
but you're ungrateful because they gave us how many amazing seasons.
5.
I'm
Five
gonna
seasons.
tell you what you done
6
there.
is good, man. No, wait. What did it end on? What season did it end on? What was the last season?
8.
I'm
6
gonna
was okay, man.
I'm gonna
Six
tell
is
you.
okay.
6 was Battle of
I'm gonna tell you what he done there.
Masters, no?
Battle of Us wasn't that 5?
I think it was 6, bro.
Was it 6?
It doesn't matter. The only bad season was the last one. Yeah.
What,
the
7
reason
was
why-
good to you?
You could, I guess you can make a case.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying innit?
I tell you why
It
you're
was bad,
ungrateful.
though.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I tell you why you're
But we're
ungrateful.
looking at the whole body
this
of work.
is what it is,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But the whole body,
Remember
but exactly. But you need to understand that what they done before doesn't cancel. Like the end doesn't cancel out what they done before.
But listen,
this
we'll
is why
do
you're
one go,
ungrateful.
innit?
This is what he done. Yeah. His mum raised him for 18 years. She fed him. She clothed him. She loved
an
him.
idiot, man.
She filled him with warmth.
Yeah.
And when he turned 18, one day she said, "Hash, I'm not cooking for you."
You're wrong for that, man.
And he said,
You're
yeah,
wrong for that.
this, that,
You
yeah.
did the whole
With the-
reaction,
what's the
yeah.
whole
The
point? Everyone gotta
reaction,
go.
yeah.
That's just so dumb.
So-
what is he saying?
I hear it.
Because the reason being, because Game of Thrones gave us how many banging seasons, yeah? The ending was shit,
But
but
we're
I
looking
can't
at the whole body of
ignore-
work.
Yeah, the whole body isn't just the last part, though.
The whole body's the whole thing, bro.
Exactly.
Bro,
So
the whole.
So why have you
Okay.
excluded
No,
the
wait,
part
hold,
before?
stop. Break it down like this, yeah. Game of Thrones highs. Their highs
Yeah.
Yeah.
are they as high as Breaking Bad and The Wire for you, or are they higher?
They're
the highs of Game of Thrones for me are higher than the rest.
Just
the highs alone. Just the
way people
alone.
talk about Game of Thrones, yeah, like I like Game of Thrones in it, but
Yeah.
I don't cape for it like most people. But
Yeah.
the way that people talk about like the Red Wedding and this and that and the
Keep it,
other,
so-
it's a bit mad, isn't it?
It's mad.
So there's
It's
no
mad.
moments. There's moments like that in these other shows,
Yeah.
but not the way they talk about it with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So if you look at
Game
the
of
overall
Thrones.
body
Game
of
of Thrones.
work,
You man. Game of Thrones was best when they went through this. When they took the time with the story. You know what I'm saying? Where they actually
everything
went
before
through, you know
season
what I mean?
7.
You know what I mean? It was fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
Or 8.
Whereas like Breaking Bad and The Wire took their time to tell a cohesive story, which was incredible. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Because it
I
ain't
tried-
coming from a book though.
You know what I
I
mean?
tried.
But again, it's there's so many
That is
great
kinda
pieces of
irrelevant,
art that come
actually,
from
yeah.
you and stuff
I
like that. You know what
tried,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But again, my answer is Game of Thrones because the ending was disappointment. Whereas The Wire, would you call it Planet Earth, and Breaking Bad didn't disappoint me at
All right,
I love
I'm not saying The Wire should go out, but if we're talking basing it on what the way you're ranking it or the way you're seeing
That's
it,
how we do one go
then
now.
The Wire did have a shit season. The Docs, it was terrible.
It wasn't shit.
It was terrible.
Nah.
You know what?
Nah.
Do you
I'm
know
not saying
what?
they weren't important,
No, yeah.
but it does not touch the rest of the season. Nowhere near.
Yeah, no, because
It had its-
of the things that were happening in those other seasons. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't as eventful.
It wasn't as eventful.
But it was a good season. When you're older
Yeah.
and you actually like watch it back and like think about it and stuff like, because I guess you know things that happen in season 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
yeah,
whatnot. You kind of appreciate the season way more in it.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying they had one bad season. They had a bad season. The Wire, for me personally, based on its standards, I'm not saying the Docs was a shit season, but I'm saying based on the other season standards, like the Docs season wasn't up to par with the rest of the seasons. I'm not saying they weren't important.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they weren't
I think that's a
important
better way
because
to
it was
say it.
important.
Yeah,
Because if you watch The Wire, you have to watch that season. You can't skip it.
it's
But
just,
for me, Breaking Bad, out the
it's just
window.
The Wire. They did it.
Why Breaking Bad? Why? What's bad
Because
about?
I've watched the first season of Breaking Bad twice, and I couldn't pass that. It just weren't doing it.
You're on an island on your own, bro. You're on an island on your own.
What kind of sneeze was that?
Because this guy doesn't like Breaking Bad either, bro. And I already know who's gonna take it out anyway.
He said
bro.
gun. He said beating it out.
I think you're on an island on your own.
You're on the island on your own.
I finished Breaking Bad, all of that stuff, but I've
You finished Breaking Bad?
I've only watched it once, ever. When I love something, I might repeat it, innit?
Mm.
But Breaking Bad,
I never had that for you.
there was just some episodes where I was just like, what's happening? I don't care about this stuff. Like, I'll be real with you, bro.
That's mad.
Okay, and when you break down The Wire, for example, yeah, this is why The Wire is one of the best shows ever, bro. It's like they kind of split everything perfectly. It's like the first season is kind of gang shit, then the second season is docs, then you got politics, then you got this, then you got that, and they broke it down in a way where it's just
Got
like
education,
and then they
journalism.
start
yeah, and they
bringing
put it all together, and it's just a fucking melting pot of amazing TV.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, Breaking Bad was good, and the concept was amazing, but no one can ever tell me you never got annoyed by my man that kept on saying "bitch" every 2 minutes. What was his name?
Jesse Pinkman.
That's one of the best ad libs ever.
She.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
Oh, one of the best.
Oh, what's his
Oh, you're
name
talking
again?
about Breaking Bad?
Clay Davis, bro.
Clay
Clay
Davis.
Davis.
Breaking
Oh.
Bad man says
The
bitch.
most corrupt politician ever.
Yeah. But Breaking Bad, he got annoying, and then I always go back to this episode where like my man was chasing a fly
Yeah, the fly
the
episode.
whole episode. I know people told me, yeah, but it's so much meaning to it because of this and I don't care.
Yeah.
It was a
would've-
slow episode
it
of
would've
my man
had-
just
it
looking
would've
for a
had
fly,
meaning.
and it pissed me the fuck off, man. And I just Breaking Bad for me was just
what are you taking out?
It's taking out
Breaking
Breaking
Bad's
Bad.
gone.
What are you taking out?
I'm taking out Game of Thrones, bro.
I'm taking out Breaking Bad.
Only
You
reason
can
I keep Game of
hit the
Thrones.
curb.
Only reason I keep Game of Thrones is because its highs was super high.
Super high.
Fair
Super
enough.
high.
Yeah,
This guy never
bro.
likes him. We don't agree with him.
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
you
bro.
guys
Like this.
disagree with me like, on a daily basis. And
What do you mean? I was with you
Game of
today
Thrones.
on
Game of Thrones
the.
is like heroin, fam.
What you said?
It's like heroin. The
I
highs.
love the way Americans say
I'm
that.
telling you,
That's
bro.
like
I used
heroin.
to strap me up, give me
Edit.
another red wedding, put it in my
yeah,
veins.
man, on that note, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff.
yeah. Let's go.
If you got questions or anything, also put comments in that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good with that. But
Thanks
yeah,
for watching.
see you lot soon. Love.
We out.